Hi, Eben.
Hi.
Welcome to the 33rd floor.
Thank you.
All right, let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
What's your earliest memory of wanting to change something in the world?
I was 19 years old. This was in 2011, and I started a campaign against examination malpractice called Read Not Runs.
Yes. Who was your childhood hero? Fictional and real.
Real. My dad. I know it sounds cliche, but yeah, my dad was a real hero to me. He had a really beautiful handwriting. I remember wanting to learn to write like him, and that's sparked my love for writing. And I eventually became a journalist.
Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Something you did as a teenager that still makes you smile.
Yeah, I wanted people to read my work, so I wrote an article, printed it, photocopied it, put it in envelopes and shared in church. I gave it to so many church members to be able to read, and that way I was able to get feedback on my work. Yeah.
What's one decision you made that had
I was trying to get into university. After trying so many times without being successful, I went to study gas engineering at that time. But then I decided to follow my passion for writing and journalism. Went to journalism school, went to broadcasting school, and I think just doing that changed the whole trajectory of my life. And yeah, it took me to where I am now.
Teacher or mentor changed?
I've been lucky to have so many mentors and teachers, so many wonderful women. I think one that stands out is Millicent Walker. She was a radio journalist at the time, and she taught me hands-on. Brought me into shows. Gave me live experience of what it was to be a journalist, and I think that's gave me so much confidence.
I think Sean wants to be part of this show.
Hi, Sean.
The project you worked on that you do all over again?
Definitely Distro. It was an interview series I began with my Nokia phone back in 2013. And even though it was a really small blog, it was able to feature over 100 world leaders from up to 30 countries. I think that was such a huge milestone, and I love to do that again.
So when did you first realize that your work could influence policy?
I was a young member of the secretariat team in church, and I think this again was 2014-ish. I was able to convince the church executive council at the time to move from using paper minutes to using electronic minutes sent to their email, and that helped to save the church a lot of money.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing what you do now, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't writing, I'd probably be playing football because I love sports, and I used to actually really play well when I was in secondary school. So I'd probably be playing football. Yeah.
What's the most misunderstood part of your job?
People think it's mostly about just pressing laptop, because I work remotely, right? People think that's just really easy, but yeah, there's so much intellectual rigor and so much thinking when it comes to my work.
What ideas keep you up at night in a good way?
In a good way, Sean keeps us up at night, but but I think ideas in a good way. I think thinking about Nigeria, thinking about River State, thinking about how to make the country better than state better. That definitely keeps me up at night.
That's really cool. 3 words people used to describe you that you agree with.
3 words. Some people say funny, because I tend to have a sense of humor. I've also heard some people say smart, because I tend to quite read, which I like. In fact, they used to call me professor when I was a kid. Some people also say patience, and I think that comes with my temperament as well. Yeah.
What's your go-to way to decompress after a tough day?
I think sleep is the ultimate decompression tool for me, but I also tend to go online sometimes, join the banter. That's also a way to also chill as well.
What song feels like the soundtrack to your life right now?
Up by Forrest Frank. That's the song I tend to play everywhere. I mean, Sean has said, this even in the car. I think it's a very nice song. Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you. So if you were a documentary, if your life were a documentary, what would the title be?
I think The Road Not Taken. So there's this poem by Robert Frost that I like. It was just in 15, I think. The Road Not Taken. It speaks about how you get to the edge of a road and there's one taken and one not taken. And where does the one not taken lead you to? So I think that my life has been about making decisions that are not normal. Yeah.
What roles has your wife include in your journey, and what have you learned from loving her?
Wow,
You can just tell us one role.
that's a deep question. Where do I begin? But yeah, I think my wife has been part of this journey from right from the beginning. I spoke about Read Not Runs earlier. Yeah, she was on that campaign. She's been on every campaign. She's been on every campaign I've worked on. She's been on every project. She's the first to hear about anything I'm thinking about before it goes out there in the public. So she helps me edit my thoughts, basically, and I think that's a very wonderful role to play. I've learned from loving you that I've learned to be patient, I've learned to be, kind, and so many other things. Nice.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Lagos, Nairobi, or Cape Town?
Well, Lagos for fun, Nairobi for work, Cape Town for chilling.
If you could time travel to any year, past or future, where would you go?
I'll go back to 2011 to buy Bitcoin. So that I can buy loads of Bitcoin and then sell it and become a billionaire.
Nice. Let's say you have like 5 free hours and no meetings. What would you do?
5 free hours, no meetings. I would try to sleep. When that's not possible, I would maybe watch sports, maybe like tennis, or maybe football, or maybe even watch like a funny thing like Monk or Blackish with Soibi and Sean. But yeah, just chill.
Which app do you check first in the morning?
Depends on what notification comes first. Sometimes it's WhatsApp, sometimes it's X, sometimes it's the Bible app. So it depends. It depends on what notifies.
All right. So, what future are you building with what?
Yeah, a future where people can thrive, I think. People can live out their potential. A future that has everyone at the center of, has people at the center of development, basically.
If River State could lead Africa in one area, what should it be?
Yeah, I hope in foresight. I hope River State can lead Africa in the way that we plan for the future. Predict the future, plan for the future, and anticipate the things that will come in the future. Yeah, he is.
I hope it is.
I hope so too.
What does legacy mean to you right now?
Yeah, legacy right now means leaving, a path for people, for Sean, leaving a path for the future, doing things that will echo into posterity. Yeah.
What do you want your son to describe you as someday?
I hope nice, Sean. But yeah, I hope he describes me as a man who, fulfilled his purpose, who was here to do what God made him to do, who left a good example for him in the way I treated him and treated his mom and loved him and loved his mom as well. Yeah.
Nice. What quote or mantra guides your life?
Find your sky. I think that's a quote that I've always had. Everyone is a star. Find your sky. That we all have a place God has made us for. You can find that place.
Something you want to
I think I used to be very anxious before, but I'm no longer as anxious. I've now learned to take things a day at a time. So I think that's something I'm not longer holding on to.
So what's the lesson you're currently learning?
I'm currently learning that it's okay to not have everything figured out. Being an over planner sometimes it's very hard for me to not be able to figure everything out. But I think I'm learning that it's fine. Sometimes you don't have everything figured out. Yeah.
What are you saying yes to in this new chapter?
Yes to money, please. Yes to money, loads of money, right, Sean? Yes to money. Yeah. Yes to all of the good things of life.
What are you learning to
I think I said anxiety earlier, so I think releasing anxiety, releasing worry, all of those things that hold you back. Releasing procrastination too, because I think that there's times that I get into the groove of being a phlegmatic, I can really sometimes get really lazy. So I think releasing all of that laziness and stuff.
So what advice do you give your 17-year-old self?
I would tell my 17-year-old self to not worry too much. That everything will be fine. To continue what I was doing, because I think at the time I started to go to journalism school and everything, and I was so worried if all of this would turn out good, right? So so I'll tell myself, just keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path.
Nice. What's the biggest insight turning 33 has given you?
I think is that there's no much time. um, I know it still sounds pretty young, but Jesus was 33 and a half years old when he finished his work here on earth, so I think it's just the thought that there's not so much time and that, whatever it is I have to do it now.
What's one thing you're grateful for right now?
I think I'm grateful for life, my family, health, good health, and I hope God continues to bless us with good health, life, and all that we need.
In one sentence, what do you want your life to say?
Just 2 words: eternal impact. Really, I think that's always been what has been most important to me. I want the work that I do to be able to transcend generations, to impact humanity, this country, other countries in much more ways than I can ever imagine. So, eternal impact. That's it.
Nice. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hello, Sean.